Hello guys, welcome to CS Tech Solution. Today's is learn in AWS DevOps. Today's is learn as a Kubernetes deployment in the GitHub Actions workflows. And the Kubernetes deployment in workflows as the automatically as a deploy your the application to Kubernetes clusters. And then as a code is pushed to as a main branch and as a workflows file location as a .github slash as a workflows slash as a k8s .yml and complete the workflows example as a names is deploy to the Kubernetes and inside as examples as a own and colons inside as a push and the colon and a branch colon inside as a hyphen main and inside and another as a main branch as a jobs and the colons inside as a deploy colon and inside as a run dash on and colons as a ubuntu dash lasted and the steps colons inside as a hyphen names colon as a names is a checkout code and the use colons as a action slash checkout at the rate v4 and others as a hyphen names colons inside the set up the kubectl and use colons inside as azure's slash as a setup dash the kubu sorry as a kubectl's at the rate v3 and with inside as versions colons and single quotes inside as a last edge and other as a hyphen the names colon as a apply the Kubernetes manifest and run colon inside as a kubectl apply and hyphen the f and as a k8 as a as a slash as a deployment dot yaml. Step 1 is check out the code as a hyphen the names colons inside as a check out the code and the use colon action slash as a checkout at the rate v4 as a purpose as a download the repository's code to GitHub actions as a runners and why it is the needed as access the Kubernetes manifest files and as read the deployment configurations and the deploy the application resources. Step 2 is set up the kubectl as a hyphen the names colon inside the set up the kubectl and as a use colons inside the azure slash the setup dash as a kubectl at the rate v3 and with colon inside the versions colons as a single quotes inside as a latest and the purpose as install the kubectl command lines tools and on the GitHub actions runners and the parameter as a version is install a latest versions of the kubectl. And what is a kubectl? Kubectl is official command lines tools is used to as interact with as Kubernetes clusters and command lines as a common command as kubectl's get as pods and kubectl's get as a service and the kubectl's as a described and the pods and after as a pods name and kubectl as a delete as a pod and the pod names has to give. Step 3 is apply the Kubernetes manifest as kubectl and apply hyphen the f and k8 as and slash as a deployment dot yaml file extension and the purpose as the create or as update the Kubernetes resources as defined in a manifest files and the common breakdowns as a kubectl is meanings as Kubernetes command lines tools. Apply means as a create or as a update the resources. Hyphen f is a specific manifest files and K8 as slash as the deployment.yml is a path to deployment files. Another topic is Terraform's deployment in GitHub Actions workflows. So the Terraform's deployment is workflows is automatically as provisions or as update the cloud infrastructure such as AWS, Azure and the Google Cloud, and whenever as the code is pushed to as a main branch, and the workflows files location as a .github slash as a workflows slash as a terraforms.yml, and as a complete the workflows example as a names colons as a terraforms deployment, and inside the code as a own colons inside as a post colon inside the branch colon, and hyphen the main, and job colon inside as a terraforms colons, and run dash on colons as a ubuntu slash as a dash the last steps, and the steps colons, and inside the hyphen the names colons as a check out the code, and use colons as a action slash the checkout at the rate v4, and hyphen the names colon as set up the terraforms, and use colons as has I core has I crop slash the setup dash the terraforms at the rate v3, and as a hyphen the names colon as a terraforms ints, and apply and run colons inside as vertical signs, and the terraforms as initialized, and as a terraform apply, and hyphen the auto, and dash the as approve. Step 1 is check out the code as first step as hyphen names colons as check out the code, and the use colon as action slash as the checkout, and at the rate v4 as a purpose as download the repository's code to as GitHub action runners is the same as Kubernetes deployment, and why is unneeded as the access Terraform's configurations files as a .tf file, and as a read the infrastructure's definitions and execute a Terraform's command. Second step is set up the Terraforms as a hyphen the names as a set up the Terraforms, and use colons as has I crop and slash as a setup dash as a terraforms at the rate v3 is the purpose as install the terraforms as a CLI is command lines tools as on the GitHub actions runners. And what is a terraforms? A terraform is infrastructures as a code as infrastructure as a code. So the IAC and the tools is used to create a modified and as a manage the cloud and resources using the configuration files, and support the cloud as a provide as include as AWS, as Microsoft Azure, and Google's cloud platforms as GCP, and Oracle Cloud as a DigitalOcean, and the Kubernetes, and VMware. Step 3 is initialize the terraforms as terraforms ints is initialized terraforms as working directory, and what it does as download the required as provide the plugin, initialize the backend as if the configured, and as prepare the project for as a deployment. And the example and the output as initializing the backend, initializing as provide the as plugins, and the terraforms has been successfully initialized. Step 4 is apply the terraform's configuration. So as use the terraforms apply and dash the auto dash approve, and this the purpose as the create or update the infrastructures is defined in Terraform's configuration files, and as a commands as breakdowns as first as a Terraform's apply is apply the Terraform's configuration, and dash auto dash approve is automatically approve the executions without promoting for as confirmations. Thank you guys to watch the videos. Please subscribe the channel, on the notification and bell icon.